Hello viewers, welcome to my Curiosity Rocks YouTube channel. This video is about the 15 book questions tag. I first spotted this video idea on DMFriend25's channel, and the idea is from beautyisntskindeep. I'll put the links to their channels in the sidebar. Right, this video may be in multiple parts depending on how much it takes me to explain my answers. So if it is, then please do watch all the other parts. Now, number one, what kind of reader are you? Now, to sum it up in one sentence, I guess I would say I am an emotional reader, which I guess a lot of people are. But what I mean by that is I can't just pick, I've got lots to choose from, but I can't just pick any book off the shelf and just read it, because I have to be in the right mood for that particular book. So, some books, I did rehearse this in my head, but I'm putting it together as I think of it. I did rehearse this speech, but I kind of get a bit confuddled. But some books, if I find myself sort of hard to detach it as it's a book, it's a story, it's separate from me and what's happening to me. But if I see a book in the shop and I feel it's too close to how I feel about whatever's happening, and too close to sort of the relationship or emotional situation I'm in, then I feel this is going to be too hard to read. But I have to read the end to see how it resolves and stuff, so I always read. So if I feel it's going to be too emotional to read, I would have to read the end, see how it resolves, and then thought, right, okay, and then put it back. Where if it's a book I really connect with, then I have to read it in a really quiet place, because I thought of this thing that you could visualise. Imagine you're in a bubble, and you're in your bubble with your book. Now, if you're on a tree or a bush or whatever, reality outside the bubble is like a screen with the book in and all the images from the book. And outside the bubble is reality. Now, if you're in a bush or a tree, or if you're in a room with loads of people, all that reality is like loads of spears coming towards the bubble, and it just pops the bubble really easily. And that's what I feel happens to me if I'm in a room of people talking or tallies going or whatever. I was then my bubble pops, pulls me out of the book, and I get oh, shut up, I'm trying. So I always go to a really quiet and cosy place to read my book, because then the bubbles are all reinforced and the tips of the spears are all blunted and got sponge on them or whatever, and they can't pop the bubble. And then if it's quite a thin book and I get really emotionally involved with it, I have to read it. Just can't stop reading. I can't put it down and go and do something else. I have to read it. That's what happened with this book. I got really emotionally involved. I just sat and read all the way through. I read one chapter the night before, then went to sleep, and then the next day I read it all the way through, because I had to resolve it for him, because I had to make sure he was happy. So yeah, I tend to get emotionally involved with the characters and the story, and sometimes I get I defend characters. With the Shopaholic series, Confessions of a Shopaholic, when I read the books before there was anything about a movie of it, and I was really defending it. And then I was saying, no, you don't want to go there, love. You don't want to spend that, don't spend it. For sake, what are you doing? I do all that and talk to the characters, they can hear me and stuff, and defend them against the bullies and that, and then we cuddle characters and stuff. So the other books I really feel books like these books. Sometimes I can read them, but sometimes I pick it up and start reading it. It's like, oh, I'm a bit seasick, I can't read this, I'm going to put it back for a bit. But I think I'll always be like that with these books, because they're all on the sea. See that? I can eat everything and see everything. It's like a screen, and then it's reality, and there's a screen and what's happening in the book. And I get surrounded by it and absorbed by it. So, question 2. How long do you give a book? I give a book quite a long time, I think. Quite a few chapters. Because I don't... Like a lot of books, I'll make sure it's a story I connect with first of all, so I tend to just get really absorbed quickly into the book. But if it's a story that I'm curious about and I think it's... Where is it? I can't grab it. Hang on. Right. My book's falling over. But this book, I was interested a bit, but then I got a bit annoyed with it. So I sort of skimmed through it and just picked out all the important bits in it just to see what happens. So that's what I'll do if I get like really annoyed with the book. I'll skim it. But I don't tend to put it back, I can't do that, put it back, because I tend to either connect emotionally with the book or just not want to read it in the first place. So that's my answer to that. And question number 3, do you crack the spine? I don't really understand this, because I can hold and read a book quite comfortably without having to it. So I'd say I don't unless it's just a cheap beach read like £1 or something, then and you're on the beach, I'd fold it round a bit. But no, I don't see why you need to do that at all anyway. But if it's second-hand book, then it's already done. But not on purpose, no, I wouldn't.